Selamat sejahtera pada panel FYP1 iaitu PMTS Dr. Lim Fong. Nama saya Ahmad Hambali RAHMAN bin Razak. Nombor matrik CV 190091. Saya pelajar tahun akhir daripada kelas Teknologi Penyelenggaraan Sistem Elektrik. Dan ini adalah presentation FYP1 saya yang bertajuk Regenerative Drive Elevator Regenerative Drive for TM Melaka Emergency Building. Yang pertama, konten yang saya akan sampaikan adalah introduction, kedua literature review, dan yang ketiga adalah metodologi. Seterusnya kita masuk pada chapter 1, introduction, background of study. Dari background study yang saya dapati adalah elevator are a mode of transportation that is not directly controlled by humans. Because all elevator users are completely reliant on the technologically reliability of the vertical mode of transportation. This is due to the fact that it can save user both energy and time. There has been a shift in energy consumption for operating system, which entirely uses hand power then to elevator drive mechanism powered by steam and water hydraulic piston, and finally to electricity. Jadi statement of problem yang saya dapati adalah existing elevator conventional type yang digunakan di syarikat saya. Use of electrical energy, a lot of electrical energy. The consumption of lights as blower on existing elevator is inefficient. And sekali, existing elevator often have power supply interruption from the main source. Tujuan kajian ini adalah the purpose of this study is to overcome the problem faced by Telekom Malaysia Berhad MATC Melaka in the use of energy for the elevator system where there is no electricity saving in its use. Yang maksud untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang dihadapi syarikat Telekom Malaysia MDC dalam penggunaan tenaga elektrik pada sistem dan pada sistem elevator mereka. Objektif kajian yang saya dapati adalah to achieve in saving electricity consumption for TM Melaka MTC building, to keep the light and blowers of the elevator always working properly without supply interruption, to produce clean energy by reducing harmonic distortion that causes electrical pollution in buildings. Scope of study, iaitu yang pertama dari segi target, in the Telekom Malaysia Berhad company at MATC Melaka in the use of elevator system that is always moving after the end of the work from home period. Yang maksud panjang tempoh PKP, semua staf TM bekerja daripada rumah dan penggunaan elevator tidak keterlaluan. Apabila tamatnya tempoh bekerja dari rumah, pada waktu sekarang, elevator yang digunakan keterlaluan, banyak pergerakan. Dari situ didapati banyak pembaziran tenaga elektrik yang digunakan. The use of and blowers. The consumption of lightning system and blowers also emergency system on elevator do not work properly. Jadi seterusnya ada metod penyelesaian, kaedah penyelesaian. The regenerative drive equipment method is used to solve the problem that arise, which work by generating electricity while the elevator is moving and the generated energy is used. Kepentingan kajian ini untuk mengkaji to studying regenerative drive that can save electricity for the elevator system used to reduce building maintenance costs. Iaitu bermaksud untuk mengkaji sistem regenerative drive ini boleh menjimatkan tenaga elektrik untuk elevator dengan dan pada masa sama dapat menjimatkan kos penyelenggaraan bangunan. Seterusnya, to maintaining the safety of consumer with the industrial staff or outsider who visit the TM/ATC Melaka Tower. Untuk mengekalkan keselamatan pengguna untuk staff ataupun orang luar yang datang ke menara TM/ATC Melaka. To export it to companies by creating action plans such as creating costs on improvement that can be applied to their elevator system. Untuk mendedahkan pada pihak syarikat tentang teknologi ini dengan membuat plan tindakan dengan mencipta satu kursus pendek untuk mengenai penambahbaikan dalam aplikasi elevator mereka. Limitation of study. The first scope is related target context. The target group is multi-story building such as apartment, condominium and building of 5-story and above that use the elevator system. The second scope is related to installation cost. Although it is said that if this regenerative drive is able to save, but it required a cost for the installation of the drive and also the control unit. Next sekali, the type of driver to install. Only certain system can use this system. Because almost every elevator system have their own design. Operational definition. Bagi operational definisi ini, saya menggunakan AD yang bermaksud analyze, design, development, implement and evaluate. It is model of instructional design that has stood the test of time and users. It is implied a device to assist us in thinking through the design of course. Jadi, yang pertama adalah inverters. They are electronic device. They are able to convert direct current to alternating current. Yang kedua, induction motor. Alternating current motor whose thrust force is created by a magnetic field that fluctuates in the stator current and the rotor coil. Yang ketiga, alternating current modifies electron flow at regular interval or circle. The power cord and the wall outlet both carry alternating current. Direct current, a single direction electric current. Direct current is the current that flow through a flashlight or the battery powered device. Itu ada contoh untuk penggunaan direct current. Dan akhir sekali, regenerative drive. The ability of the drive under braking condition to convert the mechanical energy of the motor and connected load into electrical energy which is returned or regenerated to AC power source. Seterusnya kita akan masuk pada literature review. Kajian berkaitan adalah yang saya akan sampaikan adalah naik sejarah lift. The first passenger elevator was installed by Otis in New York in 1857. After Otis' death in 1861, his son Charles and Norton developed the legacy left by Otis by forming the Otis brothers in 1867. By 1873, more than 2,000 Otis elevators were used in building throughout America, and 5 years later, the first Otis hydraulic passenger elevator was installed. The skyscraper era in 1889, Otis released the first very successful direct connected geared electric elevator machine. Jadi seterusnya saya akan ceritakan tentang jenis elevator yang saya telah kaji. Yang pertama, elevator yang biasa kita gunakan adalah passenger elevator. Yang kedua, dumbwaiter, iaitu lift mengangkut. Dan akhir sekali, elevator service yang banyak digunakan di hotel. Type of elevator on the drive system. Ini adalah jenis elevator dengan dari segi penggunaan punca tenaganya. Yang pertama kita dapat elevator of the type the hydraulic type. Yang kedua, elevator of the electric type. Terusnya, basic component of elevator. Yang pertama, machine room. Jadi apakah itu machine room pada lift? The room where all the process of elevator operation takes place as a wall, passenger and item in the elevator car can move according to the intended flow. Yang kedua, slide room or sway. A slide is a lane or track where the car move up and down. Seterusnya kita menceritakan komponen dalam car lift. Yang pertama kita ada elevator cars. Yang kedua elevator door. Seterusnya COP iaitu car operating panel, interphone, alarm buzzer and switching box. Switching box ini diletakkan di bahagian atas car lift. Seterusnya flow indicator, emergency light, emergency exit switch dan safety link. Safety link ni digunakan untuk keselamatan jika apa-apa berlaku pada car lift tersebut. Seterusnya, component outside on each floor. Component outside the room are usually visible facial look outside before entering the elevator. These components are available on every type of elevator, whether passenger elevator or service elevator. Yang pertama, kita ada floor button, fire switch atau all fireman switch, dan flow indicator. Related research kajian berkaitan. Ini adalah kajian berkaitan yang saya telah kaji. Regenerative maksudnya daripada perkataan regenerate which mean to be resurrected. In the general, regenerative braking is a braking system which convert the mechanical energy of the system into energy electricity so that the energy produced can be reused. Pernyataan ini dihuraikan oleh Abdul Muti dan Muhammad Diki Rivandi tahun 2018. Basic asas of regenerative drive. Yang pertama, when the counterweight is heavier, the car, the gravitational force pulling up the counterweight down is greater than the uplift force required to move the car up. The surplus energy can be captured and converted for use by other electrical system. The system by the regenerative controller. Following the same principle, supply energy can be captured and converted to use when the car is heavier than the counterweight and the car is moved down. Iaitu apa yang dimaksudkan ini adalah bila pemberat lagi berat pada kereta, jadi daya graviti akan menarik counterweight turun ke bawah dan mengangkat kereta lift ke atas. Dan dari situ, tenaga akan ditangkap dan ditukarkan kepada tenaga elektrik dan digunakan semula pada sistem power. Seterusnya kita akan masuk pada chapter 3, metodologi. Reka bentuk kajian. This study consists of several components for the installation of regenerative drive on the elevator system uses. Dan ini adalah gambar regenerative drive jika projek ini berjaya yang akan dipasang pada sistem elevator di syarikat telekom. Regenerative unit as the brain to improvement of the elevator system where it can control the incoming supply and feedback supply on the elevators. Seterusnya, regenerative drive to control the speed of the motor and detect the energy that can be generated from the movement of the elevator motor. Jadi jangan salah sangka, di sini ada dua dalam pemasangan sistem regeneratif, iaitu regenerative unit dan regenerative drive. Regenerative unit digunakan sebagai otak untuk mengawal penambahbaikan sistem elevator, dan regenerative drive untuk mengawal kelajuan motor dan mengesan tenaga yang dijana daripada pergerakan motor. Seterusnya, software drive wizard plus is used to program the operation of the regenerative drive to control the incoming supply and feedback supply in the event of a mechanical fault on the regenerative unit. So, setiap pemasangan regenerative drive ini mengikut jenama masing-masing, dia mempunyai software tersendiri. Untuk yang ini, untuk pemasangan ini, kita gunakan software drive wizard plus bagi regenerative drive jenama Yaskawa. Design specification. A design specification is a detailed document that specifies exactly what a product or process should include. It also provides specific example of how the design should be implemented, existing others in working properly, or a guideline for what the person should do. Dan ini adalah cadangan pemasangan untuk sistem penambaikan pada elevator. Jadi yang paling dekat dengan motor itu adalah drive, menangkap tenaga daripada pergerakan motor, dan pada bahagian yang dekat hampir dengan kuasa grid pada current reactor itu adalah regenerative unit digunakan sebagai otak yang mengawal penambahbaikan pada sistem ini. Seterusnya, kita akan masuk pada komponen yang digunakan traction machine. Kenapa kita gunakan traction machine? The main difference between traction and hydraulic lift is the way the car lift are transported. Yang kedua, the traction elevator raises and lower the car lift using a steel grip rope or belt on the pulley system. Lebih menjamin keselamatan pada penggunaannya. The advantage of using traction machine elevator compared to using hydraulic system are: it uses less energy, serve medium to high structure, and smoother travel. Dan ini adalah spesifikasi traction machine yang digunakan di syarikat tersebut. Seterusnya kita masuk pada 3-phase induction motor. The elevator motor is powered by an synchronous AC motor or induction motor. Daripada induction motor ini kita dapat dua jenis. Yang pertama, squirrel cage motor. It is used because it is simple and it also requires a simple type of controller. The power consumption of the squirrel cage motor is slightly higher than the slick ring motor, but it is more reliable due to the absence of slick ring and fewer controller parts. Jadi untuk kebanyakan sistem elevator menggunakan squirrel cage motor kerana ianya mudah and also dan mengenakan jenis kontrol yang mudah dan power dan kuasa penggunaan kuasanya sangat baik daripada jenis straight link motor. Terusnya, jenis straight link motor. The straight link induction motor are also used in various elevator service. However, a straight link motor of the same rating costs more and has a lower power factor than a squirrel cage induction motor. Low-speed split link motor are now available and are successfully used on elevator with a car speed of up to 400 feet per minute. Dan ini adalah spesifikasi of induction motor yang digunakan dan untuk pengaturan sepuan. Jenis induction motor yang digunakan di syarikat telekom itu adalah jenis squirrel cage. Berikut adalah gambar traction machine dan 3-phase induction motor yang digunakan. Jadi seterusnya kita akan masuk pada regenerative drive. The regenerative drive capture the heat generated by the elevator during operation and convert it into reusable energy for the building. For this project, the energy generated by the regenerative drive will be used as backup energy to ensure that the elevator user always work smoothly and the blowers and light on the elevator always work despite the power outage in the building. Seterusnya kita masuk pada equipment dan materials used. In the process of implementing and carry out of the project, the use of appropriate equipment is very important to facilitate the completion of the project. In addition, safety factors are very important and should be emphasized in implementing this project. The equipment used must be appropriate to the scope of work being carried out so that the process of completing this project does not exceed the time set. Berikut adalah gambar alatan tangan yang digunakan. Yang pertama, planimeter. Seterusnya, screwdriver. Seterusnya, wire stripper. Seterusnya, wire gauge. Seterusnya, spanner saiz 7mm. Seterusnya, taspen, layar mencuci tirus dan cutter. Sebenarnya untuk buat analisis kita menggunakan Microsoft Excel. Kenapa kita menggunakan? Kerana ability to organize and analyze the data content in spreadsheet. Data analysis and other user can make for information easier to check when new data is added or existing data is modified if they compile the data using software such as Excel. For this project, after obtaining data related to the regenerative drive system, the data must be analyzed using Microsoft Excel. Among the data that will be analyzed is the difference between the amount of kilowatt used with the use of regenerative drive or without its use from time to time. Sebenarnya kita akan masuk pada research procedure berkaitan dengan tajuk projek ini. To produce a study, there are several steps and project timeline that need to be followed to ensure that the study to be done runs smoothly. Yang pertama, phase 1, make a literature review, looking for problem found in the industry, discuss and seek confirmation with industry supervisor on problem found. Phase 2, prepare the theoretical framework of the study, report 1, obtain the required data, obtain the confirmation on the solution that has been obtained from the industry supervisor, namely the use of elevator regenerative drive for TM Melaka MTC building. Firstly, analyze the questionnaire received guided, conducting the field study, study the elevator wiring circuit, take energy consumption reading for elevator for a month, interview with a vendor who maintain the elevator, and lastly, phase 4, analyze the data collect during the field study and prepare the final report. Berikut adalah projek timeline yang saya gunakan untuk melakukan projek tahun akhir ini. Seterusnya, data or product analysis. The energy data generated by generative drive equipment will be described and compared with the energy consumption from the main source or from TMB. Microsoft Excel will be used to collect and evaluate all of this information. Jadi pada jabatan jangkaan yang saya harapkan adalah to obtain saving in electricity consumption for the elevator system used in Menara Telekom Malaysia Berhad ITC Melaka. Seterusnya, can produce an analysis of the percentage of electrical energy generated by regenerative drive on existing elevator system by using relative power calculation formula as how to make an analysis and expected. If using this regenerative drive can produce 20% regenerative power up to 25%. Last sekali, the simulation data are expected to show kilowatt and ampere so that it's easy for us to calculate the amount of energy produced by regenerative drive. Sekian, terima kasih.